שלום שלום לכולם, ושבוע טוב לכולם. Once again, thank you very much for all. Welcome to our Limud at whatever platform. It's all well. We are still freezing in Yerushalayim. Still cold. Yeah, well, yeah, but it's all well. Our custom is to study halacha according to Ben Shai. As I have said last week, we just started learning halachot under Parashat Sarah, the life of Sarah. Falling behind, but Bezrat Hashem, we will catch up there. It's not about running it through the halachot, but to understand behind, or to understand things behind halachot. Last week we have left off at the halacha. What did we learn halacha? Oh. Okay, halacha bet last week. Let me just recap what halacha bet entails, so that we follow the sequence and the idea, the flow of idea. We learned through time, particularly from halacha Aleph, that the importance of Mincha Shabbat, the tefillah of the importance of tefillah, or the prayer of Shabbat afternoon Mincha. We saw that Ben Shai is emphasizing on the crucial moment of that specific tefillah, that it is the opportune time to gain grace during that prayer, during the Shabbat tefillah mincha. So anyway, we proceeded but Ben Shai brought forth a Tehillim that we always recite before or after Kedusha. What is that pasuk? Is derived. It's a Tehillim, so to say. It's a Tehillim 69 and the pasuk 14. This is what he said. Va'ani tefilati lecha Hashem et ratzon. That's the pasuk, to demonstrate that the time of Mincha or Shabbat is indeed a special time for grace in heaven. So halacha bet, it went on to explain what the role of Shliach HaTzibur, the one who is leading the service, in relation or in reference to that very specific pasuk, that he has to say it, and the congregation have to say it. Each one of them appears to recite it twice. So the following halacha, Ben Shai introduces us to what is the significance of this specific pasuk in reference to Amidah or Tefillah of Shabbat afternoon, Mincha. Now, he is introducing us to another concept about the aliyot. The aliyot is making a reference, or not making a reference. Is referring to those three people are called to the Torah reading. We must understand this concept about Aliyah. We must understand, and through time we will get to understand the word Aliyah. It's not the way we are accustomed to see. And before I get there, although it's not a subject of subject for now, but based on Hashem, with the time, with God's help, we will get to learn it. I keep on emphasizing this, and it is good to emphasize it. Everything that we do when it comes to tefillah, when it comes in Avodah Hashem, the work of Hashem, from the very morning that a member of the house of Israel, or the Bnei Israel, or Am Israel, to the very time he goes to bed, or she goes to bed, everything that you do has got a very deeper meaning. Whether you know it or you don't know it, from us here, Botsina Kadisha, we said, we encourage that you should know, so that you don't just perform all these halachot, all the mitzvot mechanically. There is a very quite difference between somebody who was born into a business and somebody who comes into a business. What do I mean here? A convert always aspiring to understand the deeper meaning behind. Yes, we know there are so many there are many kind of resistance to that. He's being discouraged to learn halacha, to learn the basic, called pshat. But the desire of a convert is always to aspire to go further, to climb the mountains of knowledge. But a person who was born into it is encouraging me, no, pshat, I understand pshat. But what then? And they truly, these are the people who do not really stand the test of time. The Tanaim are not wrong. Many sages. I mentioned one that we are familiar with. For example, I just forgot the sage, the author of the book called Orot. I just forget, forgive me. But for those who are not truly, but who are serious readers, not leaders, readers, they would know this. They would know the one of those. The Chacham, the author of the book Orot. What did he say? He said, in the future generations, the Jews needed to read the sword. They need not only to read, but to learn. Sorry, my apology. Not to read, but to learn the sword. Because when you look at the intensity of the spiritual warfare that is going on now in the 21st century, could even discourage a Jew. If a Jew is not engaged in studying Torah at a certain level. We see a number of people, particularly the young ones, they go as far as the East, pursuing spirituality or spiritual knowledge. Yet they leave the books. Everything is here according to the Chazal, particularly in Pirkei Avos. Grow in the Torah, delve in the Torah, for everything is in it in the Torah. Why am I emphasizing this? Is because not just because, just wanted to emphasize this point that some people may see our path of teaching Torah, particularly the sword, as not that as a sign, but it's something that is not appropriate. For us, it's appropriate because we know where some of us come from. Know your Torah at the different levels, because that is what our Chazal says. Learn how to answer even heretic. And many of us became heretic. We defected from the Torah study to something else. Even if you did not defect it, you neglected it. I pursue business. Yes, it's good. I'm in my profession. Yes, it's good. But the one who gave the Torah knows exactly that the world consists of all those things. But he did not command us. There is no passage in the Torah that I should neglect the Torah study. It says day and night. It says I should put the Torah first. But anything else, secondary. But how far could I stretch with that first? How far should I substitute that first for the secondary? Khalila is not suggested in the Torah. The Torah even comes and said, in those days, there will be dreamers of dreams. They will use miracles. Yes, we see, we are surrounded by those who are claiming, well, I perform miracles. Even if they do not advocate, there are so many who are they have got agents who are advocating for that. But everything in this world of Asiya is a miracle. We are just simply chose to see what we chose to see. That is it. We delve into the Torah by studying the depth of the Torah, the secret of the Torah, so that we don't perform the mitzvot and halakha or halachot mechanically. let's go to our to halacha according to Ben Shchai. What he's saying, halacha gimel. Motzi'in sefer Torah במניחה ועולים שלושה כנגד שלוש ראשונות שהם חוכמה, בינה, דעת. Ben Shchai here is drawing us to understand that aspect of calling the three aliyot Shabbat afternoon during Mincha prayer. As soon as the Torah is taken out for public reading, then the three aliyot or three people have to be called to go up, not at the same time, of course, one after the other. Three of them. What is the significance of these three? Ben Shchai says this has got to do, or is parallel to the three first Sefirot of the 10 Sefirot. What are these? Chokhmah, Bina, Veda'at. This is the mochin of the body. I will explain. Let's just get the information first, and we go further. Veshviya she'alu בשחרית, הם כנגד חסד, גבורה, תפארת, נצח, הוד, יסוד, מלכות. As you know, the 10 Sefirot, we know that the head is some people call it Chabad, which is not wrong. And we call it the mochin. We call it the mochin of the body. Now, Ben Shchai is drawing us to the Sefer Aliyot, Sheva Aliyot, that are called in the morning. 7 of them. That these are parallel to the 7 down Sefirot. When I said down, I don't mean in terms of importance. No, I mean that you have got the mochin, consists of 3 Sefirot, and the rest, what is called the Sefirot of emotions. 7 of them that are paralleling the 7 aliyot, the going up. Those who are called to come and read the Torah, one after the other, until 7 in the morning. From Chesed to Gevurah to Tiferet to Netzach to Hod, and the last one, Malchut. And we will see also in the main limud the concept of Malchut here, the relationship of Malchut to Teruma or Truma. וחבתי בספרי הקטן מקבציאל. Just as I have written, not Ariya Kadosh, but Ben Shchai. Just as I have written in one of my books, one of my small books called מקבציאל, כמו שיחזיאל רבנו, שהשתדל האדם לעלות 6 בשחרית, מפני שהשיש הוא מעולה יותר, שהוא בחינת היסוד. I will explain this because of just time. כן, השתדל לעלות במניחה, שלושי שהוא בדעת, שגם זהו יועיל לתיקון היסוד, וכאשר תבין מן הרמז שלהם. Let's look at the translation, and I will add up what was not said in the translation. We read from the Torah at the Mincha prayer on Shabbat, and they call up to 3 people. I write in Mechabetziel that for the same reason that our teacher Arizal suggests that one should make an effort to be honored with the 6th reading at Sacharit. So should one make an effort to be honored with the 3rd reading at Mincha. What he's saying. Let me just I believe somebody must have taken in the morning we have got 7 aliyot. 7 aliyot that people who are called in the Torah. And I must add something here, that if you are the Orthodox Jew, we don't call female to Aliyah. There is a specific reason as to why. And I will give a very short chidush on that, because, okay, before I come to the word because, 7 aliyot at the Sacharis. We know the 10 Sefirot. Let's just put the 3 ones, the 3 first one, meaning Chokhmah, Bina, Da'at. Let's take it. Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, or Da'at, if you like, and Netzach, Hod, Yesod. This is called Zah. This is called Adam. This is also called Israel. Now, it says, Ben Ishchai here says, we must, he used the word strive, meaning, I will be with you now. I will be with you now. Yeah, he used the word Sheitadel. Sheitadel is that you strive to be honored. Probably that is the reason why in many Beit Knesset, many people are earmarking. They always earmark the last 6 Sefirot. Why? It's called Yesod. What is Yesod? Yesod is the foundation. What is the foundation? It's a tzaddik. The tzaddik is called a foundation. But when you look at it, I'm just adding a bit to that. It's a long sugya. When you look at the six Sephirot, it did not simply happen to be just six. It was created, it was brought into being by the five Sephirot. Because all these energies, right, left, right, center, and the left, they all meet in one Sephirah called the Sephirah Yesod. But the opposite is also true when you look at it from the opposite perspective. When we talk about the Aliyah, particularly on Shabbat, when we lift up the mundane world, we lift up the Malchut, which is not a part of the six Sephirot, and also we lift up the very same Yesod with Netzach and Yod. We lift them up, or elevating them up to the upper Sephirot. That is how it is progressing. Whether it is progressing down or it is progressing up. This is how the system has been designed. So even our prayers, our Torah studies, it have to go through the same structure, the same channels. Why? Because this is what because maybe before I get there, in every of these Sephirot, you have got the name Havaya. It's not just a Sephirah, no. It's a Havaya in each one of them. Let's come to the conclusion of Halakha. So, and it says, in the afternoon during Mincha, assume that this is the first one, the first Sephirot, meaning you do have got the Chokhmah and Binah and the Da'at. It says, Ben Shchai says, strive to get one of these aliyot, one of them. Why? Because it has got to do with the tikkun. It has got to do with the tikkun. In other work of Ben Shchai, what did he say? In his book called the same book, Make Up Tziel. What did he say at the end? He said, okay, I will just summarize it. He said, during Mincha, we draw the light of Kedusha from where? From Atik Kadisha. What does that mean? Ketel. How do we draw it? This is what he meant. When we say Uva Letzion, we draw the light of Kedusha from the world of Atzilut. Remember the four world. From the world of Atzilut. By means all and to the world of Bariah. But when we are saying Ani Tefilati, we are drawing that light from Atika Kadisha, from the kettle. And we know the progression of that light does not simply just come. It has to go through the very same structure, coming to Chokhmah, to Bina. and Da'at, and it descends to the last Sephirah called Malchut. But yet, it doesn't go straight there. It has to go and received by the Sephirah Yesod. This also tells us at a plain level, one must be very, very careful when it comes to marital relations. One must be careful about that member called Yesod, whether you are a man or you are a woman. Be careful that you don't abuse it, because there are consequences. Maybe I shouldn't expand on that. So we have learned halacha on the significance of aliyot, the one of the morning, the 7 that are paralleling 7 Sefirot, and also that of 3 paralleling the 3 aliyot in the afternoon during mincha. Your action during that time of prayer, regardless of whether it's Shabbat. Okay, the subject, the halakha now is dealing with the Shabbat afternoon prayer, mincha. But I wanted to say every day, understand your action, respect and understand the world that you are about to enter. It's not just coming to Beit Knesset, or you are praying at home and rush through the Siduran because you are being pressurized by time. No. Do not end up tefillah because you feel being pressurized. Ponder in what world you are about to enter with your tefillah. And that one of Shabbat, understand that the forces behind or embedded in Ana Bekor and everything else to that effect is being sealed, because mincha, Shabbat, or mincha of any day, but the emphasis here is on mincha Shabbat, is the last prayer. And the Ben Chai says there is a rachamim. The gate of heaven are really open because that is at exactly the opportune time. So you and I should treat that very specific time, not only with respect, but with understanding before whom we are standing, and what we are about to say, and what we are about to seal. So, if there is any question on halacha, please do not hesitate to send your question to us or to me, Bezrat Hashem. We will, with Hashem's help, we will revert back to you. We will revert back to you with the answers. Okay, Hashem. Ma? No, it's okay. So now we go to our main limud. Our main limud. I'm using Sephira, not the Sephira, sorry. Sefer Halikutim, not Sephira. Pardon me. I sent the page now in the group. The Pasha of the week is Teruma. Is Teruma. Now the question is, what is Teruma? As they say, understand the subject first. What is Teruma? Just a second for me. A second for me. What is Teruma? Teruma, for those who study with us this afternoon, afternoon, not this afternoon, but in the afternoon, we are dealing with, we are learning Mishnah or Mishnayot. We are dealing with a specific division of the Mishnah called the pair. We talk about, or we learn the halacha that deals with pair. And you cannot deal with a pair if you are not dealing with the produce. We're talking about the produce. What is the produce? The produce of the land that Hashem has given you. The produce of the land, whether the fruit, whether this is vegetables, all this. A Jewish person is obliged, is commanded to give a certain portion of his produce to the Kohen. The question is, why to the Kohen? Bezrat Hashem, throughout the week, we will see how we will see where, not already see, we will learn from our master Yakadosh as to why the Kohanim, why the Kohen, why not to this and to, no, the Torah says to the Kohen. The Kohen has to eat Teruma. There's also many halachot dealing with how he should eat them and who should eat them and who should not. Later on, I will send it to you the pages of the Gemara, of the Mishnah, and the Gemara discussing about how to substitute Teruma and why you are not allowed to substitute Teruma, and when you are allowed to, and when you are not allowed to. So let's go to what Arya Kadosh is saying. Da ki Teruma he besot nuk. Remember, we talk about the seven Sefirot. The Sefirot that some are, not some, or Mekubalim, they say these are emotionals or emotion Sefirot, starting from Chesed to the last Sephirah called Malchut. Malchut. Now, when we look at this, remember, they are all aligned. They are all aligned with the name Havaya. The name Havaya, we are familiar with it now. I don't need to emphasize much more. But yes, emphasis is very, very, very important. All those 10 Sefirot that you see, they are all aligned. All they are coming from, this is their source. And when Arya Kadosh here is saying, Da ki truma hi besot hanuk. What does it mean? Know that the truma indicates the feminine. In other words, truma, according to the literally and the direct translation here, is ki truma hi besot. Besot hanuk. Where is nuk here? The last hay. The last hay, this one. Remember, we talk about the seven in halacha. We talk about 7 aliyot. 7 aliyot in Isacharis Shabbat. Now Arya Kadosh here is saying the truma that we, every landowner, when you are harvesting, you need to give, you must give truma to the Kohen. And now here it says truma indicate the feminine. But wait a second. There are 2 feminine in the name Havaya. Which one? Let's go to what Arya Kadosh is saying. He's saying, והנקבות הם 2, שהם לאה ורחל, והם שני האין שבשם. Says there are 2 aspects of feminine principles or principle. Which feminine principles? Arya Kadosh says, what are these principles? Leah and Rachel. These are indicated by the 2 hey of the name, all in the name Havaya. Of the name Havaya. What are those letters? The hey. These 2. And did not leave us there. This is a very, very deep subject. And also this is to refute, to repudiate the concept of all the theological schools outside the Torah world. Today, in today's world, people talk about equality. People talk about equality. There is even there is an idea being advanced under feminism institutions, that if, for example, my wife, I don't have one now, Pesach Hashem in the future. Very soon, amen, amen. Toda Rabba, Tzadik. If, assume, if your wife is earning, or is the one who is
Breadwinner.
the breadwinner, yeah, that's the right word. That's the right word I was looking for. Thank you, Sadiq. The breadwinner, as they call it. So she must be the head of the house. And then you find you also them, when they are breadwinners, they flex. I'm the one who brings food in this house. I'm the one who is paying for the house. I'm the one who is paying for this. No one disputes that. But do you know why? Look at the name Havaya. The name Havaya refute that. Why? Because there are also two masculine into the name Havaya. And each one of those masculine preceded the feminine one. The Hebrew word is not by random. It's not about you being clever and you come and you choose letters here and there or whatever and you put them together and say, okay, fine, this is the word. No, Khalila, that is not how Hebrew works. Everything is precise and systematic. And every one of those, each one of those system is not any invention of the rabbis. They all were given by Hakadosh Baruch Hu to Moshe. To Moshe. The Mishnah says Moshe did not give the interpretation to Torah Shebal Peh. Did not. It remained with us. I pass it to my students because it was passed to me by my master. In this case, Rabbi Pinchas Eliyahu Shaddai. He gave it to me. I will pass it, Bezot Hashem, to the one who is able, to the one I trust, to pass the tradition. Now, let's go before I lose the track. We have learned this two masculine in the name Havaya, two feminine principle in the name Havaya. Let's go, and I'm drawing it to the end. In 10 minutes, Bezot Hashem, I will be done. Okay. Vekol achat kulala Maasre Hare Chamishim Shiarim Venashim Klalot Maaser Mishum Shenutlat Aser Veikachu Li Teruma Vechule Meyesot the Dakor, the Dakra, no, the Dakro, Veze Sot, Hieye, Yudhei, Lemala, Yudhei, Lemata. Baruch Hashem, I love this. I love all. I love. everything of Torah. Each hay, each of these hay, it says, Ari HaKadosh says, comprises 10 Sefirot. With each one of them consists of 10 Sefirot. We will see how. And they said, giving 50 gates. I don't understand. Giving 50 gates. We will understand what it means. They each comprise 10 Sefirot, since they take 10 from the Yesod of the masculine. I will explain. This is the mystical meaning of the word will be. Yud-Hey, as I have read before. Above, and the Yud-Hey below. What does that mean? Let's take information because of time. Vezehu. No, Vezehu. Veze nun pashta pishta. Veze. Pishta. Ken. He ima. Pishta. Ken. This is also the significance of the final nun. Why is he shifting from the ima to nun, from here to nun? And he says, which is signifies ima. How so? Because here the point is nun, the gematria value of nun is 50. And what is ima? The same, bina. Bina is also 50. We will see what it means. Alfi she'en shem chashish achazit achitzonim לפיכך היא מתשפטת למטה. כזה נון, since there is no risk of evil driving sustenance at this level, is therefore extended downward, as in the form of this letter. I will explain what it means. And I wanted to end this one because of time. Vehu bemtza kaze nun shehu zain or za, not zain but za, המבריח מן העולם ועד העולם, דבב between the nun. Let me probably, if I have to expand the word nun, I mean the letter nun, meaning the milui, then I have got nun, vav, and nun sofit. Ari HaKadosh, in that's the last passage I've just read, he says, the nun between the verb between the two nun signified zeir and pin. You remember what we talk about? That verb consists of 6 sefirot. So the verb between the two nun, once you apply the principle of milui, you will find the verb between the two nun and the nun sofit. And the dative verb between the two nun signifies zampin, which extend from world to world. I will explain, and we will end here. What does that mean? Ari HaKadosh is saying, each one of these, when you look at it, the gematria value of each of this verb, hey, is 5. Each one of them. But he says, each of these consists of 10. How did they get 10? This is how it's progressing. We know that the Yud is a Chesed. Let's apply Chesed. But before that, Yud is Abba. And Hey, the first Hey is Ima. Ima and Abba and Ima, they are always in a union. They don't get separated. They don't separate. Because they are in union, Yud is always giving it to the Ima. What does he give? He gives what is called Chasadim. He gives Chasadim to Ima. Ima, Gematria is 5. The Hey is 5. So now, 5 of Ima and the Hasidim from Abba, the father, together they are 5. They are 10. Right? They are 10. So now, we know that, again, Ima always also passing, not always, has to pass the some of her aspect, the Gevrot, to where? To Vav. And the Vav has also to pass it to the last Hey, meaning to the wife. That's why she also received 5 that was passed to her, and they become 5. They become 10. But assume that the and then he says, starting from here, Ima, the Gematria value of this is 50. Bina is 50. What are these 50? He said 50 gate of understanding or wisdom. Understanding, not wisdom. Understanding is much more associated with feminine, not masculine. Masculine is associated with wisdom. I will send you in the group the discussion of Amoraim. They discuss the Mishnah, the work of the Tanaim, when it comes as to how a feminine acquires what is called is it knowledge or understanding? Understanding. I will send it to you, and then you read it through, and the best Rat Hashem, we will expand on this idea of Arya Kados's teaching. Tomorrow, go through it. I wanted to end with this aspect, that the last aspect, because of time. Oh my goodness, because of time. Remember, we started by, Arya Kadosh started by saying there are the teruma is in the aspect of a feminine. But there are two feminine that represent, in Havaya, that are paralleling Leah and Rachel. And further on, he went on to say, he shifted from these principles to where? To Nun. And he said, Leah is in the aspect of the Nun, whereas Rachel is in the aspect of Nun Sofit. And he went on to say, the evil does not have a grip. Oh, is it grip, Nahon?
Yep.
Does not have a grip at the level of Leah by implication. But it has got a grip at the level of Rachel. If Nun is elongated down, that means it has gone into the world of Klippa. This is one of the reasons that one of the reasons of elevating Shabbat. You are elevating the legs of the Nun, meaning the legs, here now is one leg. You are elevating the legs of Rachel. From where? From the world of Klippa. But now the question is, why do you give it Teruma? Teruma that is growing from where? From here.
Yeah.
The last Sephira, Malchut. Because this is Eretz. Because this is Eretz. Now you have it to bring, you have it to give it Teruma, meaning by implication, you are elevating the world of what? The world of vegetation. Elevating it to where? To the world of, I don't know, but we know. Because before it goes to man, there's another world, the world of animal. Could it be, by all the implications, could it be that when we are giving it Teruma, we are elevating the lower world through the Kohen, because by halachically, Doraita is only the Kohen who is legally Doraita should receive Teruma and should eat Teruma. I am not allowed to eat Teruma. And even some of the kids or children of the Kohen Gadol, as soon as they reach a certain status, they cannot also eat Teruma. There we will see Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow as we continue with the Parsha of the week, Teruma. We will see what Ari Kadosh is leading us into this world, the world of feminine and masculine, particularly the feminine world represented by Leah and Rachel. Once again, thank you very much for affording me your time to share with you. We will continue with the teaching of Ari Kadosh tomorrow. If you have got any question, please do not hesitate to contact us or to send us your question. But just remember, every aspect of Torah has got a deeper meaning. It's not the way they 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 sounds to be. Is it the right expression? It's not what they seems to be.
Seems to be. On the surface level, it's
Yes.
not the way. It's the way.
No.
The surface limit. Surface level. It's not
Yes.
the way it seems to be.
Yes. So do not be deceived by religious establishment outside there. Somebody came in the show throughout the Jewish history and said, the law has been nullified. I can guarantee that if that was the mindset of a Jew who said that, truly he did not come to the level of the sword. To learn the Torah.
Your mate.
Funny, I thought about this guy today.
Your mate.
To learn the Torah.
Hello.
To learn the Torah at the short level. So, why am I saying that? It's because Torah is eternal. There is no any system, no prophet can nullify any decree of the Torah if the Torah did not say so. Learn Torah at a short level to appreciate the depths of the Torah, not only to enrich yourself, but to avoid you becoming a mechanical or a Jew who is performing the mitzvot, doing halacha mechanically. Thank you very much once again. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen. Amen.